episode on GOA Talent Network. Today we have a philanthropist, if I can call her a philanthropist. We have my mother and everything you can think of in a good way. We have Rev'd Funke Felix Adejumo on set today.
The God that took me from being a house help, the God that took me from the backyard of life and has put me on the global scene shall lift your head.
Thank you very much, Ma, for accepting our invitation.
I appreciate you're beautiful.
Thank you very much, Ma.
That's enough.
Thank you very much, Ma.
And well done.
Thank you, Ma. It's definitely been a journey trying to get here today, and we're definitely excited for the next few minutes where we get to ask all the questions we've always had in our heads concerning this amazing woman. Mommy, if you don't mind introducing yourself and just telling us who you are, and then I'll tell you what I think you are.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes, I am Funke Felix Adejumo, a child of God, a born-again Christian. I was born January 28, 1963. Gave my life to Jesus when I was 14. And got married September 8, 1984 to the most amazing man on earth, Felix Rev'd Adejumo. And I'm a graduate of English language. I'm concluding my master's degree. And I'm a mother of 4 biological children, 2 adopted, two grandchildren, and many adopted children. Repackage, rebrand, look good as a woman. Look good. I run an orphanage. It's not like a Christian orphanage because we have everybody bring the kids. I have a home for women in abusive relationship where they can just stay for 1 to 6 months while we sort them out, empower them, try to see how they can get settled. I speak at conferences. I'm just out to help. That's what I'm living.
That's totally amazing. I don't know if you heard that. Mommy is actually still studying her master's. How do you get the time? How do you get the time?
You create it. You create it. It's tough, but you create it because you must keep improving. I give out a lot, so I must keep improving.
And how many children, is there a limit on how many children you can take into your orphanage? Because you're pretty famous, I'm sure you get a lot of people coming forward to you say, can you have my kids, can you have my kids?
There's no, God just gave us a facility, He built it for us. We take as many as possible. As I speak now, we have 29. But you see, when we take these kids, it's for some time because we want them to get adapted into the society. So as they come, they go, as they come, they go. It's not a permanent place for them to live.
Wonderful. And when we talk about talent, because we're known as Gifts of the Alpha and Omega Talent Network, many people are not sure what talent they have. They might be multi-talented and they're struggling to focus on just one talent. They say a jack of all trades and master of none. I think you are a jack of all trades and you're a master of all. How does that work out?
I was going to say that's my philosophy. I no longer believe in that cliche that you can be a jack of all trades and master of none. Richard Branson has over 100 outfits and is a master of all. So it depends on planning and strategic planning and all that. What is a talent? What you are gifted for? What comes naturally to you? Sometimes it's an indication of what you hate, and you just react to it. That may mean that you are gifted to make a difference in that area. What comes easy for you? What you don't have to struggle to do, that's your talent. And there is no one that does not have a talent. You can even have more than one, like you talked about, being multi-talented, like you, So you can be.
So what would you say when we talk about the spirit, the gifts of the spirit? Would you say you're a pastor? Would you say you're a teacher? Would you say you're a prophet? Where would you say you fit in? Or you have all the gifts of the spirit?
Well, I was a teacher, which is the tiniest finger. This is the apostle.
Right.
This is the prophet.
Wow.
This is the evangelist. This is the pastor where you have your ring, and this is the teacher. The teacher gets to where this cannot get to. It's the tiniest. So I was this. But I think as the Lord helps me to be faithful, I became an apostolic teacher.
What does that mean?
Which means apostles are ground breakers. They trail the blade. They do uncommon things. They do, they live. and then they can oversee, then they do another thing. They break grounds. But primarily, I'm a teacher. I don't like titles, but because you asked, I'm a teacher by calling and by training.
Okay. Talking about apostles, you broke my heart. I attended the Mother Summit earlier on this year, and you mentioned something that broke my heart, that you might not attend going forward. You might have to pass it on. I think many people attend because of you, ma. What would you say?
Well, when I said that, it doesn't mean right now. I believe in succession, because success without succession is practical failure. Whatever you are doing that no other person can do, you found it, and then it dies with you, it's not of God. Every vision must be brighter and bigger than you are. Now, I can't even keep up with the schedule.
Yeah.
Australia is asking, Canada is asking, this is so it's best for me to mentor people, to train them, and then let them also run. And that is gradually starting, because I can't be in two places.
Well, at the moment, I think a lot of people attend because you are physically there. If you did pass on the mantle and said somebody else should head it, I don't think most people would get on the plane to attend, because your presence is what people search for, really. I know people search for God's presence ultimately.
God is the only indispensable person.
Yeah.
If it is God, it will continue. If it is God. And I'm not saying I'm retiring now. I'm just preparing them. It may be 20 years time.
No.
I'm 53 now.
Yeah.
I can't be running like this when I'm 73 or when I'm 83. So I need to prepare them to know that, look, even those of you that are attending, sometimes to come, God may say, you to be heading this. God is an investor. God is a businessman and is profit crazy. So, I believe in mentoring a lot. I believe in pouring myself out and then watching it multiply. That's my joy. To me, that is living. It's not just all about me. That's it.
Mommy, you mentioned your age. That was the big one. It's one thing to have a face like yours, another thing to have a face like mine. I call my face a puff face. How do you keep it all together? Because usually at the age of 40, it all falls to bits, apparently. How do you keep it all together?
See the way I'm sounding. I don't have any secrets when it comes to that.
You don't wake up and put cucumbers on your face and do the...
You won't believe I don't.
Amazing.
I don't. But I don't joke with my massage. And then before I take my bath every day, 95% I jump up a minimum of 100 times. Because I don't like the gym.
So that's good for me. That's good for me. I'll get there.
I just jump up. Sometimes I do 200, sometimes I do one something, know that. Because I'm busy, so my heart must be. So whatever you can do to make your heart pump, I do that a lot. Once in a while, I eat junks.
Once in a while?
But it's not every time. It's not every time.
Okay.
I drink a lot of water, but I like fruits a lot, particularly banana.
Okay.
And I don't go to bed with my makeup.
Right.
Except I'm on the plane.
Do you sleep?
I
do! Because you're so busy. And how do you get to pray, read the Bible, meditate, and still get time to sleep?
Oh my God, I sleep. There are bigger people that are serving the Lord, that are busier people and all that. Because I'm human. If I don't want to sleep, sleep will say you must sleep me. So I sleep. Every Monday, my husband and I do not go to the office. Right. Take our time off. Sometimes I don't even have my bath till 4 a.m. So beg your pardon, 4 p.m. Just relax. I relax a lot. I play Ludo. I watch African movies. I relax. Because my husband mentors me and he tells me, if you finish everything today, darling, what will you do tomorrow? So, because I'm a workaholic, I can be in the office at 1 a.m. Wow. So my husband said, no, you can't go like this. So, I rest.
And how do you juggle your marital life with everything we've just mentioned?
Because I'm married by God's grace to my friend. I'm a mentor, a man that is secure to let me fly. Is secure. That simplifies it. When our marriage was very young, very, very young, and then I will cook together. He puts the kids on his back. Sometimes he tells me to go to bed. I just honor him.
Is he Nigerian?
He is. He's a prince. He's a real young man from Osho State.
Wow.
He's a he tells me every time, I don't want to be the negative African man. No, I don't want to be, So he's involved in my life. It simplifies. And now that our nest is gradually getting empty, wasn't it while we're still in the kitchen together? He's handling this, I'm handling that. And it doesn't demean him. It doesn't, it doesn't remove his respect. It makes me to love and honor and bless him. And it makes upcoming, husbands to see him as a mentor.
Wow.
And so you can be anointed and still be a family man. Oh, I give it to my husband.
Wow. And then talking about you cook together, we just had a very famous marriage by Tiwa Savage, a lady who sings in Nigeria. And one of the complaints her husband made in regards to the reason why he wants her to commit suicide is that she doesn't cook for him. How important is cooking, mommy?
Cooking is very important, but I think, without sounding biased, I think that's flimsy and immature. I'm sorry to say that. Cooking is important in marriage, but you've got to understand that we live in a world where God has simplified things for us. That I cook for you 24/7 does not mean I am a submissive woman.
Sure.
It does not mean. You can have a chef. You can cook together. You can. So it's nothing. Because when you got married to her, you knew where she was going and what she's likely to become with the schedule and all that. So if she doesn't cook, why don't you cook? I'll cook together.
Good question.
Who says she must she cook 24/7? There are great husbands that give their wives breakfast in bed. It does not make them to be small. It makes them to have honor. I'm not saying that a man should be subservient, to the wife, but a great man is great by every standard.
And then I guess my question would be, where do you see yourself going in the next 5 years, and what are your plans?
I even think I'm running behind schedule.
Wow, it's impossible.
No,
Mommy, you can't be running behind schedule.
telling you.
Then I've not started, then if that's the case.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
I'm trusting the Lord to have a TV station for women. And I'm making plans, and all that. Fully dedicated to women issues.
Wouldn't that be thought of as discriminatory, where what she's saying, men are not good enough to be on the TV station?
No.
Would it be men behind the cameras or only women also running?
In fact, anything that has to do with the woman,
Yeah.
her husband, her brother, her nephew, her cousins, whatever can make the woman happy.
Right.
That's what it will be. It's not feminist. It's not, no. It's
Many people might
called
call you
the
that.
woman.
Many people.
I don't care. I don't care anymore. As long as we glorify God and women are happy, because women have been relegated for too long. There has to be a voice, and God is raising people to speak, to let them know that in Genesis chapter 1, God did not talk about dominion until after the woman had arrived. He didn't say dominate the fish, dominate your wife. No, God did not say that.
Yeah.
And he did not bless them until the woman arrived.
Wow.
He blessed them and called their name Adam. Genesis chapter 5 and verse number 2. Called them. That's why we have Mrs. Adejumo. Mrs. this, Mrs. that. So God loves the woman. And we are the last born. I know how you take care of your last born. And I think some men are just jealous. That's why they say, shut up, sit down, you are nothing. But that does not matter anymore. God is lifting the heads of women.
Amazing. I guess my next question would be, what bit of encouragement would you have for the youths out there, the youths who think they need to compromise? Because the reason why we set up this network Gifts of the Alpha and Omega Talent Network is because we found that many people in the Christian, gospel industry are compromising on the gift and they think they need to begin to sing worldly songs because nobody's going to buy their tapes or albums. So they need to add a bit of worldliness into the albums. And we've set up this network to make sure that people can be proud of the gifts that God has given them and they can actually be patronized on that platform. What bit of advice would you have for them so that they don't compromise on the gift?
Before I say that, can I say this to our leaders? Can you please, for God's sake, encourage these upcoming artists, upcoming youths and all that? Don't just flaunt your wealth. Don't just flaunt the cars and the anointing and all that. Let's encourage them. Let's stoop. Even the Lord Jesus Christ, he had to stoop at a point, while he was writing when that woman was brought, that was caught in the act of adultery. So please, let's encourage them and let's be there for them. Let's mentor them. And then can I say this to the youth? We are all accountable to the Lord. What you don't have today, you will have it tomorrow. You don't have to compromise. Joseph did not compromise. The water you will drink will not pass you by. If you compromise, you may not even get it. And a part of your life irretrievably goes with that compromise, and God is displeased. So please, patience is important. A lot of people now, Indomie, noodles, microwave. It doesn't work like that. I did not become an international speaker until maybe like 10-15 years ago, but I got saved 37 years ago. God was cooking me, preparing me. If it will last, it must be processed. Don't compromise. Don't compromise, please. Don't.
And what we've noticed is you focus a lot on marriages. Is there a reason why you focus on marriages, and why do you have a burden in your heart for marriages?
Well, I focus on everything that the Bible preaches, but somehow, because I am happily married, I just wish all marriages will be happy. I just wish all women, we don't need to shed tears and be beaten. It hurts me. It hurts me when I say that. So that's why I think God just put that burden on me, and because He's giving me a testimony, that's when a testimony in that area. It's easier for me to share with them and to let them know that, look, you can be successful, you can be anointed and still be happily married. And this is how to go about it.
Okay, and my final question will be, when it's all said and done, when you finally draw the curtains, what would you like to be remembered for, ma'am?
She honored God and blessed humanity. I don't want any title on my tombstone. Just write that, Funke Felix Adejumo, 1963 to 2063, 100 years. She honored God and blessed humanity. I'll be smiling in heaven.
Definitely. We thank God for your life, and definitely you have impacted many, including the young people and those in marriage, the single people, and those who believe that God exists. Thank you very much today for tuning in to another edition on GOA Talent Network. My name is Yeti Sabai. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Facebook, our Twitter and Instagram channel, which is GOA Talent Network. Thank you very much again, man, for joining us. And we look forward to more of you in the next time.
Thank you very much. That's it.